So glad to see you, Teresa. How are you doing?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm sitting at the Starbucks, so the background noise can be distracting. Working on my English 1A module for this week. So, but let's talk about this week for us. Okay, so I'm looking at 1B right now. It should be ready for your week 4 should be ready.
It has to pass the vertical line.
Let me double check. So yeah, we have the lesson to look at, right? The short story, and A Rose by Emily is another short story that we look at. We have quizzes on both of these short stories, and then 2 quizzes on chapter 3 point of view and chapter 3 character. So under week 4 discussions forum, you have a link to a PDF on character and point of view. So I know that this will be helpful as you consolidate your understanding, if you will, of these 2 chapters. Let's look at this. In addition to taking the quizzes and reading the chapters. So after you're done with the quizzes, which are due this Friday, you can begin working on this task, which asks you to respond to one of these bullets right here. Okay, so just pick one and then write a paragraph discussing it. So you don't have to pick all of them. If you want to, you can. But hopefully these questions can prepare you to write your fiction essay. So knowing and understanding point of view and characters will also assist you in analyzing for your fiction essay. This task is probably the hardest task of this week forum. So you will definitely need to view this PDF right here. It's asking you to look at the lovely bones and try to identify the point of view being used in this book and this movie. So you already saw this movie, or you know the book, you probably know the answer. Otherwise, check out a few minutes of the movie and then look at the first few pages of the book to see if you can guess which point of view Alice Sebo, the author, is using. Okay. And then the next question is asking you for you to apply point of view in a favorite show, movie, or book. And then the next question is on ground and flat character, and I've provided an example here from my favorite book, East of Eden. So I'm talking about the antagonist, Kathy Ames, and why I think I selected her, and what I think her character falls under. She's definitely a round character, but she also a stock character in the sense that she represents all that is evil, hence the antagonist. So this is what you're gonna need to do for to satisfy this number 4 here. All right, so then after that, the last task is just performing Google searches to see if you can find any film or theater or even video clips adaptation of A Rose Emily or the lesson. So 3 tasks for week 4. This is worth 30 points. The fiction essay is due next week. It's due next week, but the pre-writing and outlining is due this. The materials are due this Sunday. The task description gives you 3. Oh, hold on. The task description is found under week 3. Okay. So if you haven't looked at this task description yet, now's the chance. Now's your chance to do this. You have three choices. The first choice asks you to examine the themes in the lesson and how the themes are relevant to our lives today. Okay? So two parts to this prompt. So your essay needs to follow the pie structure. Okay? Hence the template here. So really utilize the template as you do your pre-write and use the outlining structure here to create an outline for yourself. Now you don't have to type it. You can print this out and handwrite in using this template. But if you handwrite, you can just simply take a series of images and then put them all into a Google Doc. And then you share your Google Doc using this link. Okay? And I've been doing that. And that's the way you want to do your pre-write. If otherwise just do it on type it up using a Google Drive. Okay? Any question on the preview? The pre-write and the outline materials.
Same as because why is out here?
Or any questions so far on choice number one? The second choice of this fiction essay is explaining the characters. So focusing on characters and the plot line. Okay, what should we care about these characters? So your analysis on the various characters in the lesson are the central focus. Choice number two. Whether you choose one or two, you still need to apply the pie essay structure here. So you need to fill this out. You need to use this template again, just to highlight the importance of pre-writing and outlining. Okay. Choice number three is creative. It allows you to write your own one-page short story. It could be longer if you like, but you're not required to write longer than a page. And if you're writing a short story, it needs to make sense. It needs to be complete. It follows the plot line, and it has characters, action, dialogue, all of that are relevant to the short story. You need to implement those short story elements in your own short story. Then not only do you write your own short story, you also need to write a 3 to 4 page analysis on the themes within your work. So number 3 does not ask you to submit your own short story. It asks you to submit that in addition to this 3 to 4 page analysis, which you still need to apply the thesis and the pie structure. Okay. So these are the available 3 choices for you to pre-write and outline on. The formatting requirements for your final draft, which is due next Sunday, not this Sunday, but next one, the following Sunday, are here. Please apply MLA heading, MLA formatting, double space, all that standard requirements. Below here are examples of including quotations. And you're going to need to do this when you analyze, whether you analyze the characters or you analyze the themes. You're going to need to come up with textual evidence to support your analysis. So this is how you would do quotation. If you need a reminder, the answer has the Coke sandwich analogy. Okay, so whenever you do the quote, you need to introduce it, and then you place the quote, and then you explain the quote. Okay, so please, every time you do incorporate a quote, you need to apply this metaphor here. So introduce the quote, place the quote, and then explain why the quote is relevant. So this matches with the pie format, okay? It matches. It aligns well with the pie structure. What question do you have so far?
Okay. So the domain is which
No, no, I assume that you have no question then? Then you would need to also submit your final draft for the response number 1 assignment here on the lesson. So if you, as you can see here, this response then enables you as like a, sort of like a practice run for the fiction essay if you choose to write it on the lesson, okay? So this is due on Sunday as well, and you're gonna need to submit it via this link. And on your end, there'll be a submit button in the middle. You click that and upload your file for turn it in to match to match any plagiarized materials. So when you submit the final draft for the fiction essay, there'll be a similar button for you to submit on turn it in. Okay. And this thing right here, literary devices, is just an FYI, a reminder, a refresher. These are links to refresh your memory. You should have learned these already, but if you don't, you haven't learned them, or this is brand new to you, perhaps you can just do a quick Google search and read more about it, or watch videos. Oops, I misspelled it. Okay. So allusion, imagery, metaphor, personification, things like this. I believe everyone has been exposed to in the previous years of education. So this page is useful. That discusses all devices that we have. Together, they're called literary devices. So let me post this link to the text, the chat window, if you're interested in learning more. But I believe the 3 videos that I posted here, or the link, the last one is the link, and this is the handout, should prepare you to be refreshed. Your memory should be refreshed after looking at these. Okay. So that's basically it for what we have for week 4. Can I help you with anything? How may I help you to get your assignments done this week? Again, I haven't touched your grade. I haven't touched grading anything, so I'll try to get that done by Friday at the latest. If you have any grade discrepancy that you need to let me know, please let me know now. So that's another way that's a terrible way of stating that. As I take attendance, why don't you type in your questions or ask me anything that you need. Alex, and then Teresa. All right, thank you guys. Appreciate the response. Now you know how to reach me. I'll be online again on Thursday and then on Friday if you need to meet up with me online. Okay. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.